What? That's why I told you don't travel out the country. That's why I told you need to stay in the U.S. You need... Click. You've seen the title of the video. Your girl is back in with a story time. If you're to my channel, hey girl, hey. And if you're a returning subscriber, I don't even gotta say nothing because you know what's up, I know what's up, we know what's up, and that's on what? That's on period and Mary Had a Little Lamb. As y'all can see by the title of the video, today I'm gonna be letting y'all know about the time I got stuck in another country. This honestly just happened last month. I wasn't gonna give y'all this story time just simply because it's so fresh and I don't know, y'all. This was a traumatic experience, but I'm gonna go ahead and get it out the way so I can kind of forget about it. I'm tired. I don't know why I'm out of breath. You already know in order for any of my story times to make sense, I have to give y'all a little backstory. So I think I told y'all in previous story times that I was the only daughter, but I'm not, y'all. On my mom's side, I am the only girl. I have an older brother and I have a younger brother, and I'm the middle child. And then on my father's side, I have like... honestly, I have like 17, 18 siblings, and probably in counting. Like, my daddy is still sticking and moving. Basically, what I'm trying to let y'all know in order for this story to make sense is that my daddy is a whore. Like, I have a whole bunch of siblings. If y'all do not know, I am half Jamaican. My daddy is from Kingston, but unfortunately, he got deported back to Kingston when I think I was like 13 or 14 years old. I feel like I'm talking quiet. Why are you whispering? I don't know, y'all. I usually don't get too personal in my story time, so if I'm whispering, I'm acting a little weird during this story time. That's why, because I don't like being too personal in my story times. But again, in order for any of my story times to make sense, I have to give y'all the backstory and why this vacation was like so close and dear to my heart. So I would say I have probably, I don't even know how many sisters I have, but I probably have like, I want to say I probably have like 10 or 13. I have like 10 or 13 sisters, ranging from the age of like 6 to 27. Like, I have hella sisters, y'all. I'm not really close with any of my sisters just simply because we all have different mothers, and some of us lived in different cities, different states. Some of us lived in the same city, and I told y'all my dad got deported when I was 13, so he would like get us together on weekends and we would like go get ice cream together. He would take me to my siblings' house sometimes. I feel like if we would have stayed in the same household, we would have been closer, but unfortunately my daddy was a hoe, and he got like, y'all, he probably have like 12 or 13 different baby mamas. Like, when I say my daddy was sticking and moving, he was sticking and moving it. Basically, what I'm trying to say is my daddy was a whore, y'all. He was just, you know, sticking it and moving. So that's why I'm not really close to any of my sisters. And yeah, so that's why this vacation was just really, really close to my heart. One of my sisters, Cece, I had never met her before. She lived in a completely different state. And then my other sister, Lily, I think I had only met her 2 times. So I was excited and nervous, and I don't know, y'all. I was just having mixed emotions about this vacation. I was happy, but then again, I was nervous to meet some of my sisters. It was just, I don't know, y'all. That's why I say this vacation was really dear to me. That's why I didn't plan on doing a vacation story time. Like, I was just thinking that this vacation was going to go perfect, smooth sailing, everything was going to be great. But honestly, this vacation is the reason why I don't even want to travel out the country anymore. I'm still going to travel out the country, but I won't be going on a group vacation for a minute. So boom, fast forward to the day of the trip. We decided to go to Costa Rica. We were only going to be going for, I think, 4 days. It was honestly really only 2 days, because Thursday was the day we got there, and then Sunday was the departure day. And I believe everybody's flight was leaving by like noon, or like no later than noon, basically. So we only had Saturday and Sunday. No, we only had Friday and Saturday to bond on this trip. This wasn't going to be like a party, get loose type of trip for me. This was going to be like a bonding time, relaxing time, just getting to know my sisters better. So boom, fast forward to the trip. We get there or whatever. I link up with all my sisters. So everything is good. We hugging, we just connecting. We just, you know, we catching up. We stopped by the liquor store because, you know, like, is it a vacation if you don't get no lick? It's not. It's really not. So we go to the liquor store, we go to the Airbnb. The Airbnb is beautiful. It has like 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, up and downstairs, really big pool. It's kind of like in the middle of the jungle. Super duper beautiful. The hotel is just, the Airbnb is just bomb. So that night, I think we had like a game night. We were all just bonding, laughing, drinking, just, you know, having a little girls' night. Everything is going good. Y'all, everything is going great. The day 2 for our vacation, we had an excursion day. I think we're supposed to do ATV and I think zip lining. Yeah, we had ATV playing and we had zip lining playing. So we go to the ATV spot. I think it's great. Like the ATV is fun. It's just our group or whatever. We had like a private tour because it was 6 of us. Like I told you, my daddy had hella kids. So it's us. We having fun. We going through the rainforest. We had zip lining, but that got canceled due to it raining. And the lady tried to scam us. That's not really important, but I'm gonna just go ahead and explain how she tried to scam us, y'all. So basically, I think we paid $120 for the ATV and zip lining. It was like a combo. Unfortunately, due to the rain, we couldn't do zip lining. So she basically told us to like wait about an hour to see if the rain was gonna slow down. Fast forward an hour later, the rain did not slow down, and then she was gonna refund us. When it was time for her to refund us, she tried to give us $30 back. Y'all do the math. If we paid $120, we did ATV, but we didn't do zip lining, and she tried to give us $130 back. We got into it with the lady. Basically, y'all, she ended up running us back our coins because we wasn't having it. Fast forward to the next day. I think that was just our excursion day. We came back home later that night. We had another game night. We bonding, we cooking, like, y'all, it's a whole vibe. Like, I'm like, we having fun. We in the pool. We just enjoying the Airbnb. Day 3 was, I believe, Saturday. This was going to be our beach day. We planned it to, what did we plan on doing? Oh, we planned on having like matching swimsuits. We were on the beach just dancing, eating, just vibe. This whole vacation was a vibe until it wasn't a vibe no more. So boom, we at the beach, we drinking, we dancing, we got music, we making TikToks, making videos, we making shorts. Like y'all, we just we're vibing, we just having a good time. So fast forward to the next day. I think it's Sunday now. It's Sunday. It's time for us to check out of the Airbnb. I told y'all this is a real quick little, quick little vacation, just about my sisters. And because we didn't all know each other well, like I knew some of my sisters more than others, but I told y'all some of them I just met for the first time, and some of them I only met 2 or 3 times. We just decided to do like a mini, like a little short, little weekend vacation basically. So the trip is coming to an end. We all packed up. We cleaned the Airbnb up. Before you leave the Costa Rica, well, honestly, before you go to any country, I think now the U.S. well, do they still? I think they still have this restriction in place. Basically, you have to have a negative COVID test within, I think, 72 hours in order to enter the U.S. So we not thinking anything, because like I told y'all, this vacation was really just us vibing at the Airbnb. We only had an ATV day, and then we had a beach day, and then other than that, we were really just in the Airbnb, y'all. Like we were really just inside. So we're not really thinking anything of it. Fast forward to the day that we're supposed to leave. We have a van coming to get us at, I think the van came at like 6 or 7 in the morning. And then I think the earliest flight was at, excuse me, y'all. The earliest flight was at 12 o'clock. So we get in there real early. We go to this testing site. The testing site is at the airport. So they basically have little shuttles that take you from the COVID testing site to the airport. So we pull up to the COVID testing site. It's these big white like tents. So this COVID testing place is very organized and it's very clean. When you first walk in, they make you put hand sanitizer on, and then you have to wash your hands, and then they make you put more hand sanitizer on. You give them like your COVID schedule thingy. Like you basically show them a paper that you schedule a COVID test, and then they call your name. You go take your COVID test. It takes like 2 to 3 minutes, and then you kind of just sit down and wait for your results. So I went to go take my COVID test. AA went to go take her COVID test. CC went to go take her. Basically, y'all, all my sisters, they went to go take their COVID test. So we just waiting, we waiting or whatever. We just waiting. And later, the guy comes over to us, like the COVID test, I guess, administrator. He comes over to us, and he's like, guys, come here, like, where's the rest of your group? I'm tired because I told y'all it's really early in the morning. It's like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. So I'm sitting down and I see like all my sisters surrounding this guy, and they like, Asia, like, come here, like, Asia, come here. So I get up, I go over there, whatever, and the guy, like, he just looks like something is wrong. Like you could just tell that it's worry on his face. So we looking, he not saying anything, and he's like, is this your group? Is this your entire group? And we like, yeah, like this us. It's just 6 of us. This us. And then he looks at us and he's like, who's Cece? And we like, Cece, like Cece right there. He was like, I'm sorry to inform you, but Cece, your COVID test came back as positive. So we looking like, what? Like everybody just looking like, what? And in my mind, I'm like, damn, her test came back positive, like, damn. Because I already knew if your test came back positive, you basically had to do a 10-day quarantine in Costa Rica. So I'm just like, dang, but I'm not saying anything. And everybody just looking back at her, but they not saying that. We just all looking like Like, we just looking like, damn, like, we don't know what to tell you, but damn. So the administrator guy, he continues to talk, and he's like, did you guys all stay together and stay at the same Airbnb? And we like, yeah. And he's like, I'm sorry to inform you, but because you guys were all around each other, you're gonna have to quarantine for 10 to 14 days. So we looking like, what? Was our test negative, our test positive too? Like, what? And he's like, no, your test was negative. The only test that came back positive was CC's, but because you guys are all together, you have to quarantine too. So immediately when he say that, it's not registering to me. I'm like you playing with me. Like, you can't be serious. Like, you playing with me. So I'm just looking at him like, what? He's like, yes, I'm very sorry to tell you, but unfortunately, we're going to have to submit this information to our Costa Rica Minister of Health, and you guys can't leave here until you have proof that you're going to be quarantined for 10 to 14 days. So I said, proof? Like, what do you mean? So he's asking us, did any of us take the COVID vaccine? And at this time, I don't know how they feel about it now, but I'm not going to lie. I was anti-vaccine just because the vaccine wasn't even FDA approved at this time. So I was really against the vaccine. So I'm just like, no, I don't have the vaccine. All of them, they said, no, they don't have it. He was saying, if you did have the vaccine, you can quarantine for 5 days rather than 10 days. So nobody got it. So we just like, what the hell? So now he puts us in this like isolated area of the COVID testing center. And he basically puts us in the area where they put all the people that have COVID at. Excuse me. So I'm just looking like, how does this make sense? I'm like, y'all, I'm paranoid as hell, and I'm confused because it's just like, if you just told me I was negative, why would you put me in the area with all the people that was positive? Like, why would you do that? At this point, by the time I leave her, I might be positive now. So I'm aggravated. I'm confused. I done took a shirt out of my suitcase. I done typed, like, y'all, I tied a shirt around my face. I was not playing no games because I'm just paranoid or whatever. Cece, she's like stressed out. I'm pretty sure she was feeling horrible. She's sitting in the chair. She got her head down. Like, basically, y'all, she's crying. MM and Lily, they just like, what the fuck? Like, they're confused. I'm confused. AA is trying to find us somewhere to stay because they told us in order for us to leave the testing center, we basically had to show proof that we had a Airbnb to quarantine for 10 days. So we trying to contact our insurance. We trying to get things together. This whole time, I'm just like, I'm confused. I'm confused as hell. Cece comes over to me and she asked me if I wanted to use her phone because at this time I didn't have a SIM card, so I couldn't use my phone. I was using my phone on Wi-Fi. So I used her phone. I called my mom to let my family know, like, hey, I won't be coming home today. This 4-day trip ended up turning into a 2-week trip because, like, Cece got COVID. So the first thing I do, I call my mom. I'm like, Mom, who you around? I'm not around nobody. Cece got COVID, and because we were around her, we basically have to quarantine with her for 10 days. So, y'all, as soon as I say that, my mom goes off. She's like, what? That's why I told you don't travel out the country. That's why I told you need to stay in the U.S. You need... Click. Don't even need it. Like, don't even want to hear. So I hang up on her. Later, I tell her it was an accident, but I hang up on her. Now I'm even more stressed out because my mama, she not even helping the situation, so I'm stressed out more. Everybody else is notifying their parents, letting them know that they have to stay. Everybody notifying their job. I call my job and basically let them know, hey, I won't be coming in tomorrow due to me being around someone that got COVID. Basically, me being exposed to COVID. And my manager emails me back later that day, and she's talking about you're gonna have to call out every day. I just told you that I was exposed to COVID. Why do I have to call out every day? Like, why don't y'all have any policies or anything in place for if I got COVID? But that's another story for a whole nother day. So I'm really aggravated because my mama not being supportive, my job, they not being supportive, and everybody is just stressed out. Like, Dee Dee is stressed out at this point. She's not calling anybody. Like, she's just, y'all, everybody is just stressed out. We looking for Airbnbs. I don't know why we didn't look for a hotel, but we were looking for an Airbnb because, like I told y'all, in order for us to leave that place, they basically said we had to have proof and show them a confirmation that we have somewhere to stay for 10 days. So I'm on Airbnb. I'm looking for Airbnbs. AA on Airbnb. She looking for Airbnbs. I end up finding one Airbnb. I booked it, and then as soon as I booked it for that day, the guy told me, what did he say? I don't even know. And I think he was a super host, but he ended up telling me that they don't even have that place available that day. And I'm just like, then why did you let me book? Like, why did you let me book if it was nothing available? So he canceled my reservation. AA ended up finding somewhere to stay. I didn't even really look at the place, but from the outside, the place looked super duper nice. We were just ready to go. All of this is going on, and I think we were there for like almost 4 hours, y'all. We got to the testing site like at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. We didn't leave until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Mind you, we haven't ate breakfast. We haven't ate anything. So we just super duper stressed out. Finally, we showed them that we had proof that we have somewhere to stay for 10 days. He gives us this health form so we can send our job letting them know like, hey, we're required to stay here. Like it's their what is it called? I think he said their Minister of Health required us to stay there. I don't really remember the department name, but y'all, basically we had to stay there. The whole time while all of this was going on, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I was contemplating in my mind. I was just like, Asia, what if you just leave? Like, can you just say you didn't come with them, and can you just leave? Like, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, my mind was just all over the place. I was thinking crazy. I was just like, no, I can't be here. Like, I can't stay here. I was trying to catch my flight today. Like, I was trying to catch my flight that same day, but I ended up staying. Left the COVID place, we ended up going to the grocery store because we knew we were going to be there for 10 days. And then Cece had COVID, so we needed to get her like vitamins, oranges. We just needed to get her things that was going to keep her energy up. And then we was basically buying like, y'all, we were buying hurricane food. We were buying poverty food. Like, we was buying like oodles and noodles, crackers, like, y'all, we was going through it. So we at the grocery store, we buying all of this food. We went back to the Airbnb. When we first get there, the host is downstairs. They outside or whatever. They trying to like greet us. So they're like, hi ladies, like what brought you to Costa Rica or whatever. So we was just telling them we was there for vacation. The guy tried to shake my hand. He's like, hi, nice to meet you. I'm Jim. And I'm just like, Asia. He's like, oh no, don't worry, you can shake my hand. We're COVID free out here. We're COVID free. You can shake my hand. Little did he know, Cece just entered the premises. Like, we not COVID free, but okay, sir. Introducing ourselves to the host. We get our groceries out of the taxi and we go upstairs. The first thing we smell when we get upstairs is wet dog. Like, y'all ever had a white friend that had a dog and they let their dog lay on the furniture, lay on the couch, lay on the table? Just y'all know what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. But basically, the place just smelled nasty. It was giving 70s. It was giving ancient. It was just giving age, y'all. Like, I'm going to put videos and pictures of how the place looked if I can find it. But the couches just look old. The best thing about this Airbnb was the view. There was no AC. They didn't have no dryer. The appliances, they were like outdated. And I know y'all thinking like, girl, well, y'all picked this Airbnb, but this was all we could find within the time period. Like, we needed to book the Airbnb the same day. Like, we needed to check in the same day. So that's all we could find. So we just basically trying to make the best out of it. I'm just looking like, well, at least it got nice views. Like, y'all, we really just trying to make the best out of the situation. So no one's really saying anything. The first day, I think we were all telling each other like, oh, it's nice. Like, I'm just looking around like, oh, the rooms are nice. Oh, the beds are nice. I like, we just trying to find positive things to say about the place. But y'all, it really wasn't nice. So later on that day or whatever, we get checked in or whatever. We start washing our clothes. I told y'all they did not have a dryer, so we had to like pin our clothes like we were in the 70s. I'm gonna post a video in here of us pinning our clothes. So we pinned our clothes up. We in the living room and we just chilling or whatever. And what happened? And Lily, they was in a room around this time. And then Cece, she's isolated because, you know, she got the Rona. And then me, Dee and AA, we downstairs and we just sitting on the couch. And we have a vacation group chat. We get a ding in our group chat and it's from So she's like, y'all, there's bugs in the bed. And I'm like, bitch, like, you lying. So I text back in the group, and I'm just like, nah, like, you lying. Like, you lying. Like, you lying. That can't be true. So I'm telling AA, I'm like, girl, don't even entertain her. She's lying. Like, she lying. So the next thing I get another ding. Bring, bring, bring. Y'all not going to believe what I see. This girl starts sending videos of the bugs that's in the bed. Y'all, not one video, 2 video, not one bug, 2, 3, no. 10, 15 little bugs crawling around in the bed. So I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what in the fuck? Like, do we have to stay here? And y'all, we really did have to stay there for those 2 days, because I don't know if all Airbnbs are like this, but some Airbnbs require you to stay a minimum of 2 nights, and that's what this Airbnb was. So they required us to stay 2 nights. We had already paid for it, so we already knew that we had to stay there. So I'm looking at the bugs or whatever. They said they was in the bed chilling, and all of a sudden her thigh started getting bit up. So I'm like, what the hell? So we just really freaked out. Now my skin is crawling. Like, I don't even want to lay down. Like, I'm just in the living room talking to Didi and A-Day, and we just like, y'all, we was trying to make the best of it, but when she's sitting down, we both was just like what the fuck? So I'm uncomfortable. I don't even want to go to sleep. Honestly, I was trying to pull an all-nighter because I didn't want nothing crawling on me. So me and Didi, we ended up sleeping on this super duper soft couch together. I didn't even wrap up with no cover, no blanket or nothing, because I just didn't trust it. And then AA, she slept on the couch also. We wake up in the morning. I'm still trying to make the best of the situation, so I offered to cook everybody breakfast. I get up, I cook us breakfast. When I'm cooking us breakfast, y'all, I literally had to like scrub the pot for like over 20 minutes. Like, the pots had like dead rodents in it. They was... Y'all, I'm embarrassed to even talk about the state of the pots, but just know the pots were super duper nasty. I had to scrub the hell out of the pots, scrub the hell out of the plates. I had to basically scrub everything before I used it. After breakfast, AA is sitting on the table, and I see her looking up flights, and I'm like, they said we have to stay here for 10 days. Like, what are you doing looking up flights? She just like, fuck this shit. I can't do this. It ain't no heat. It's hot. Like, I don't got no more clothes left. Like, I got shit to do, basically. So I'm just like, well, if you got shit to do, I got shit to do. Like, at first, I was coming with this positive energy. Everybody was trying to be positive and make the best of the situation. And we were all basically saying, thank God, even though none of us wanted to stay there and quarantine for that long. So once I see AA looking up these flights, and she looking up flights, I'm just like, damn, like, you right, bitch. I got stuff to do too. I can't sit here either. So I start looking up flights on my phone. So we just both looking up flights, and both of our mindset was just like, the longer we stay here, we just prone to get COVID. Like, Cece also, no, Lily, I think the night before, Lily had a fever over 100 degrees because we had bought a thermometer when we went to the grocery store. And then I believe Dee Dee had a cough by then, but she was denying it. Like, she was basically saying she didn't have Rona. She was saying she had a common cold, like everything not Rona. She was being real defensive about that, but we were saying, like, girl, what are the chances are you get a cold and you were just exposed to Rona? But okay, so she was in denial of it, and then y'all know Cece got it. So the only people that's left to get it is MM, me, and AA. So we just like, hell, I'm ready to go. Like, we just basically sitting waiting around for us to catch it. So she looking up flights. I start looking up flights on my phone because I didn't want to sit around and just catch it. And plus, they woke up with bites all over their neck. I'm not trying to wake up bit up the next day, so I'm just stressed out, y'all. I'm looking up flights. She looking up flights. Also, we had to contact the host and let them know about the issue. Like, we can't stay here another night. But the Airbnb was also non-refundable. So what's the name? I forgot the name of the host, but basically the host wrote AA and was like, hey, good morning. How was y'all sleep? Like, how did y'all sleep? And I was like, I'm happy she asked that because we didn't really sleep that good. So she sent her a message back and was like, we didn't sleep that good. We got bite marks on us. It ain't no AC. We hot. She basically just explaining like everything that's going on. So she's like, all right, we'll come by and spray later. And I'm just thinking, like, spray? You should have sprayed before we got here. But okay. So later on that day, the host come and she's like, hi ladies, AA told me that you didn't sleep that well. Is that true? And I'm like, no ma'am, we didn't really sleep that well. And she was like, is there anything I can do? I just want to accommodate you ladies to the best of my ability. And I'm just looking like, ma'am, the only thing you can do is run me my money back. The only thing you can do is run us our money back. So she's like, I don't know if we're going to be able to give you a refund. I'm going to have to talk to my husband about this. So I'm telling her, like, lady, you're going to have to get to talking because we can't stay here another night. So she's basically trying to accommodate us the best way she can. She's like, oh, we can spray, we can do it. But it was like nothing she could do, y'all. The Airbnb wasn't even clean. Like, y'all know that, what is that called? I don't know what it's called, but y'all know the little thing behind the toilet where, I don't know, it's like a knob on the toilet. And it was black. Basically, all of that was black. It was nasty. It was not clean. It was black in the crevices of the toilet. So I'm just like, no, baby, it's time to go. Like, it's just time to go. So she talked to her husband. Her husband ended up getting in contact with AA because AA booked the Airbnb through her name. So he's like, hey, I heard you guys didn't sleep too well. Is there anything we can do? We like, no, sorry, you can't do anything, but basically run us our money back. We're not saying it like that. We saying it real nice and professional, but basically what we were saying is just run us our money back. So he was trying to tell her, once you have proof that you booked another Airbnb, we'll give you your money back. And we telling him, sir, we not booking no other Airbnb until we get our money back. And I don't remember how much that Airbnb was per person, but I know it was almost like $1,000 for those 10 days, which is really, really good for that price. So I'm aggravated. We all aggravated. They bit up. I think Lily is feeling better by then, but Dee, her cough is getting stronger. And I don't know, she's just not looking too good. She's very fatigued. She's sleepy. Like she took I think Monday, that day, she took a nap for like over like a few hours. She was like sleeping all day. So we knew she had the Rona. So the host ended up coming back to us and he was like, all right, I'll go ahead and refund y'all. So now we're looking for a better Airbnb. AA ended up finding us like a more modern, upscale, up-to-date Airbnb. I'm going to put clips of how that Airbnb looked. So this is the place. We real nice, but this place only has 3 bedrooms, and like I told y'all, it's a total of 7 of us. So I decided to sleep on the couch because I wanted to quarantine, and then AA decided to sleep on the couch, and we gave Cece, because she was, you know, she had COVID, so we gave her her own room. Dee had a little, so we gave her her own room, and then MM and Lily, they end up sharing a room. And by this time, I think Lily was better now. At this point, I think is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So now it's 6 days into this extended vacation. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, my throat's starting to get a little itchy. I'm starting to have a cough, but I'm kind of like hot in my cough because I didn't want AA to like look at me differently or think that I had the Rona, and even though I know I had the Rona. So I'm like trying to hide my cough. Like when I'm coughing, my throat burning, I'm literally like having to go, I would go to the bathroom just to cough, and I would run water so no one would hear me cough. Like I just did not want her thinking I had the Rona, because at first me and her was the only one that was good for sure. Everybody else, they possibly had it, and then I ended up coughing during dinner, and then she was just looking at me, oh shit, like Asia, you got that shit now. So she being real distant towards me, like everybody just kind of being real distant towards each other. And I didn't officially know that I had the Rona, but I really thought I had the Rona just because I had a cough. I was really, really tired. I was weak. We started drinking like ginger tea and stuff as if we all had it. And I kind of exposed myself even more because I had to feed Cece, like me and AA. We had to take turns to bring Cece food, to bring her medication. So we were kind of exposing ourselves, and we were trying to make her feel comfortable. Like she felt like it's her fault that we was there. Like she probably felt like we were looking at her like, bitch, you the reason why we here. Like you the reason why we spending extra money and we doing all this extraness. But I didn't really want to make her feel like that. So when I was entering her room, I would kind of like give her food real quick, and then I would kind of like step back and have a conversation with her a little bit. So I definitely exposed myself, but I just wanted to make her feel comfortable. I didn't want to make her feel like worse than she already was, because if it was me and it was my fault that we was here, like I would just feel bad. So I didn't want to make her feel worse than she already felt. So the next day, AA ended up telling me that she was leaving. By then, I think this was like Tuesday. I think this was either Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon. So I was like, bitch, if you leaving, I'm leaving. And I know we weren't supposed to leave, but I got shit to do. Like I said, my job wasn't accommodating me. And by this point, I don't know, y'all. I just couldn't fake the funk no more. Like at first, I was trying to be happy and make the best out of the situation, but I couldn't do it anymore. I had to go. I had places to go and people to see. So I ended up booking me a flight, and my flight was like $800, and it had like, I think I had like an 11-hour layover in total. So I was going from Costa Rica to Guatemala to Houston back to Orlando, y'all. That was the craziest and the longest flight I had ever done. So I booked my flight the next day, and the issue was that you were supposed to have a negative COVID test. Like your test was supposed to be, I think wait, what was it? Oh, in order for you to leave to enter the U.S., you have to have a negative COVID test within 72 hours. So I was leaving on Wednesday, and I believe AA left Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon. So she was still in the green for her COVID test. So I'm thinking like, if I don't leave today, then I'm basically not going to ever be able to leave. And I told y'all I didn't want to take the risk of taking another COVID test simply because I think I had the Rona. So I took the risk or whatever. I booked my flight. I go to the airport. I take an Uber to the airport. When I get to the airport, I'm nervous as hell because I'm not supposed to be leaving. I'm thinking when I get up there, alarm gonna go off or it's gonna notify them that I was supposed to stay. Like, y'all, my brain is just all over the place. I'm nervous. My palms are sweaty. My cuckoo was sweaty. Like, y'all, underarm sweaty. Like, everything is just sweaty. I'm nervous, y'all. So I get there, everything green. I'm being nice at the airport. I'm having conversations with everybody. I'm like, how was your day? Like, you got kids, you got a wife. Like, y'all, real conversational. Like, I'm having a convo with everybody. I'm being the nicest, y'all. I'm just being super duper nice. So I get through the airport. I'm leaving from Costa Rica to Guatemala. I've never been to Guatemala before. I don't really speak Spanish, so I can say, what is it? Paquito? It's Paquito. A little Spanish, but I don't know much. I don't know nothing to say in my life. So I'm in Guatemala. I'm waiting at the airport. It's an 8-hour layover. I think I get to Guatemala. I basically spend the night in Guatemala. I have to basically sleep in the airport, y'all. It was hell. Fast forward to that next morning, I leave and I just want to be, y'all, I just want to be in the States. Like, I just want to be back in the U.S. Before I get on my flight from Guatemala to Houston, the guy is telling me that my COVID test is outdated. Basically, he's telling me it's over 72 hours. So we don't know if we're going to be able to let you leave. So at this point, I'm just, y'all, I'm about to get emotional because when I say I was praying. I'm praying. I'm just like, God, please, like, I'm gonna do right, God. I'm gonna read my Bible more. Like, just do me this one favor. Like, do me this one favor. I'm praying. He's like, all right, we're gonna let you go. And that's that. So he let me go. I get on the plane. I'm like, thank you, Lord. Thank you, God. I'm gonna do right. I'm praying. I'm happy as hell. But I'm still nervous because the plane has not left. Like, I'm in my seat. I got my seatbelt on. The seatbelt buckle signs are on. Like, I'm nervous. The plane is about to departure. I close my eyes. A lady calls my name. She's like, Asia? I'm like, yes, see? Can I see your COVID test again? Y'all, I hand her my COVID test. She looks at it. She's like, okay, thank you. And then she goes back. I don't know if it was God or if it was me. I don't know what happened, but I knew, basically, I wasn't supposed to be on that plane, but some way, I'm gonna just say it was God. God saved me, and he let me get on that plane. And if she would have told me that my COVID test was outdated and I need to take another COVID test, and if I would have took another COVID test, I would have missed that flight. And if my COVID test would have came back positive, I would have had to quarantine in Guatemala for 10 days. So I left Guatemala. I went to Houston. I think I had like a 2-hour layover in Houston. And then from Houston, I came back to Orlando. And yeah, that's pretty much how that vacation went. That was like the craziest and the scariest vacation. Like, I no longer want to do group vacation trips with anybody. Like, y'all be telling me, like, Asia, your vacation's always going left. Just sit your ass down somewhere. And I promise, like, I'm going to listen. Like, I'm not, y'all, when I say I'm not going nowhere, I'm not going anywhere. Like, I probably won't be going out of the country until, like, 2022. Like, I'm not going nowhere. But yeah, y'all, that's pretty much the end of this story time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If y'all are interested in my lashes, make sure you get them. I believe this is the style Spice. I'll link everything in the description box below. And peace. I'll see y'all in my next video.